People across New Jersey felt more rattling on Wednesday morning. I'm meteorologist Joe Martucci. We had another earthquake. This was technically an aftershock after the initial quake on Friday morning. The one on Wednesday morning, a magnitude 2.6 occurring at 10:22 a.m. on Wednesday. It was our 47th aftershock after Friday's earthquake. The one today took place near Gladstone. The one on Friday took place near Tewksbury. And that was a magnitude 4.8, which was our biggest earthquake since a few weeks after the Treaty of Paris was signed, which ended the American Revolutionary War. And all of those aftershocks, including the initial quake, taking place in this green circle that you see here. So it was in a small radius, and it's all along the Ramapo fault system here. The Ramapo fault system is a series of fault lines or breaks in the Earth's crust. It is a focus for earthquakes. Now, being in New Jersey, the Ramapo fault system isn't all that big here, so our earthquakes are still going to be relatively small, at least compared to the west coast of the United States, but we do get them. Like we had the earthquake on Friday and the big aftershock Friday evening, and then what we saw today, and of course all those other ones in between. But notice how they're all taking place within a small radius. Right where those two balls are pretty much where most of those aftershocks took place. And this is parallel to Interstate 287 and its northern part. And that's because that line, 287 in that Ramapo fault line, which extends furthest north here, is actually the dividing line between most of the coastal plain, which is what most of New Jersey's in, and the mountains that make up the Appalachian system here. So there is a geology point to this and a geographical point to this too when it comes to just the way we make our roads in New Jersey. Now, looking at our earthquake magnitudes, anything around a 2 to a 3, if it's felt in a small radius, and that's what we saw today, mainly in the northern and central parts of the state. You go over to that 4.8 one on Friday, that's noticeable shaking, and many of us across the Garden State, and even as far north as Ontario, Canada, and as far south as DC, felt it as well. Now, earthquake aftershocks are just a normal part of the earthquake process here. It can occur for weeks after that initial shock. So we can still see more in the days and even weeks to come, and it's caused by stress change in that main earthquake. So the main earthquake, it's kind of like cracking your knuckles. It's trying to relieve some pressure, but there's some still areas in the Earth's crust that need to get sorted out, and that's how these aftershocks occur. You can check out more from me and our lead weather team with our Across the Sky podcast. New episodes come out every Monday.